Hi guys, welcome to 2bh.org's inaugural Starcraft 2 replay. I'm here with Domo, my name's SiF, and we're casting our first match, which is a PvP. Just wondering if Domo wants to introduce himself first.
Yeah, hey guys, this is Domo. I've been playing Starcraft 2 since release now. A lot of people probably know me. Sometimes I rage, sometimes I don't. I'm around 1500 points on ladder at the moment. And yeah, I play Protoss.
Nice. Yeah, he's pretty highly ranked, so Domo is going to be a valuable advisor for those that are in mid-range skill, or even those guys that are pro. He might have some interesting tricks and tips for you. So make sure you heed his word. Unlike me, I'm SiF. I'm a lower to mid-range Protoss player, and I've been playing since Starcraft 1. However, I've only been getting into it quite seriously since the release of Starcraft 2. However, the reason we're casting this is because it's 2bh.org forums. We're having replays for these guys, and if you haven't checked out the community, please do so, 2bh.org. Let's comment on the game. So we've got some early scouting here from both players.
Yeah, both players opting for the 9 pylon scout, which is pretty standard in PvP, just to make sure there's no cheese or anything going on. Both players place their pylon and gateway near the ramp. Not everyone does this in PvP, as it's actually just your personal choice. Not putting your pylon near the ramp isn't any different really. It's just, I don't know, the way certain players like to do it. I personally don't, so yeah.
I think there is a very slight difference between placing your pylon right there at the front where Sess has got it compared to where I as SiF have got it. Only due to the fact that, when you've got it right next to the ramp there and someone's harassing quite early, they could possibly take out that pylon and do damage to gateways if there isn't a second pylon supporting them. So,
yeah, I think his pylon's poorly placed. The way that SiF has got his pylon is the correct way.
Yeah. It's definitely a more popular emerging way. I think the pylon at the front of the ramp was very common at the beginning of the beta, but now it's kind of changed or evolved, if you will.
Yeah, definitely.
So, a bit more about the map we're playing on. Most of you will be familiar with this, but it is Blistering Sands. It's got a medium to short rush distance, along the middle of the map. 2 Xel'Naga towers that can be used to scout expansions and also attacks that are coming through. It has destructible rocks at the back side of each base. As you can see there now, Sess has actually placed a pylon there, so he's got vision.
Yeah, a lot of Protoss players need to do that more often, as quite often their opponent will break down those rocks and they won't even know, so that's something to remember. From the looks of it, Sess and SiF are both going for the standard double gas, chrono booster, warp gate technology, and stalker. So in the next 30 seconds or so, we should see what tech or what strat they're planning on doing.
Yeah, definitely. So one thing to note, as I said before, Protoss players should put the pylon at those back rocks more. I haven't actually opted to do that, which could be a critical point in the game a bit later on, or it may not. It just depends on whether that player, your opponent, decides to go for the back door or the front.
So here we see Sess going for a 4-gate, and his opponent SiF going for a 2-gate 1 robo at the moment. This 4-gate is incredibly strong on Blistering Sands, considering, well, because of the destructible rocks in the back of his base. And this is personally why I dislike rolling off in PvP Mirror on Blistering Sands, because they can just knock down the back rocks and, what's the point?
Yeah. And
as you can see, Sess is setting up his proxy pylon right now, so he'll start warping in his units very soon. SiF looks like he could be in a bit of trouble. He only has 2 gates. He's making his observer now, and he's going to have to chrono out his immortal really quickly. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold it, as 4 gates are really hard to hold in this kind of situation, especially if your opponent is good and he chrono boosts his warp gates, so the cooldown time is a lot quicker, so he's going to have a lot more units than you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The 4-gate build leads to a lot more early game aggression. Quite a slim lead, getting an expansion earlier, rather than you'll be running off one base perhaps for a bit longer.
Yeah, definitely. And here right now we see Sess doing exactly what I said earlier, taking down the back rocks so he can just storm right into his base. SiF, he's set up right behind the rocks, but as soon as the rocks go down, I feel he's going to have to back up. SiF was